was terrible. I didn't even put that much Bacardi in there.
Are you sure?
And why did you laugh? This is about how to record a podcast.
Do it the first.
Okay.
Make it the first episode. All right.
And we're live. We're just gonna keep the original.
That's right.
We like to be our authentic selves. Yes. It's one of those days where we record 2 episodes in one day and we are still drinking. So this episode we are talking about how to start a podcast. There are many ways that we can start a podcast. We can tell you how we did it, as well as some other ways that you can do it. And of course, before we start this episode, please remember to like, subscribe, share, and hit that notification bell.
Ding, 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 ding.
That's why she got confused because I said the ding, ding.
Yeah, I was like, what happened?
She said, bitch, what?
What? That's my one line.
That's all I had. I'm drinking some lemon. My mother's calling me now right now.
I'm working.
No bad vibes. We are drinking lemonade and Bacardi.
I feel like you just called it lemonade, and I like that better.
It's just, I just be making stuff up.
With the amount of Bacardi that's in there, that's probably what's gonna happen.
So, why do you want to start the podcast? Let's start there. This is like,
I feel like with anything, it's what's your why?
What's your why? Because if your why isn't personal or it doesn't mean anything to you, you are not going to continue to do it. It's that whole like consistency thing. When you don't feel motivated, it doesn't matter because you've created a schedule and you're so consistent that it doesn't matter if you don't feel like doing it, you're going to do it because it's part of your routine.
Yep.
Our why is just because we just wanted an outlet. We enjoy doing it. We like having fun doing it. We like talking crap with y'all. We like interviewing people, learning about new people. Like we've met a lot of people doing the podcast.
Yeah.
But it's not, we don't do it like, it would be nice to get monetized and get a check.
Yep.
But we definitely don't do it for that. We're not like, oh, we need to get this many views. We don't get discouraged. At least I don't get discouraged by not having a certain amount of views or people not sharing it. I think at the beginning I was a little salty about it. Like, fuck you. I am funny.
Watch us, listen, tell your friends. Yeah.
But no, it's like, this is our safe space. This is a nice outlet. This is a nice place for people to come when they start their new business. And it's like, this is a lot of people's first time podcast. So we're a part of other people's journey. And we truly enjoy doing it that way. Because if it was for money, honey.
We would have been done season 1.
Episode 4. Like, that's it. So definitely, like, why do you want to do it?
Yeah, because when you don't have the views you want, when you don't get the subscriptions that you think you should have, or the subscribers or the downloads or the monetization, coming back to your why is what's going to keep you going. So because we still enjoy this, don't get us wrong, we love, like, I can't do this today, let's do next week. That happens, life happens. But when we do come together and put the show together and we, talk shit for a half hour in between like the episodes we do, that's what keeps us going.
Right.
And it would be nice to get all those other things, but coming back to our why of why we do it keeps us coming back every week, every other week to record.
Like, we were supposed to record last week, but we decided to go to brunch and stuff our faces, and it was like, we'll just do this next week. Like, that's it. The next thing, know your audience,
your niche.
Down. I hate that word. We don't have a niche per se, but I feel like we know, like, we're our audience, like that mid-30s and up, like just literally still realizing like, oh, we grown, but we still figuring life out. Like, it's not what we thought when we were younger. Oh, I can't wait to grow up because by 30 I'm gonna have a house and be a wife and have children and blah blah blah. No, life didn't work out that way.
No.
And it doesn't for most, and that's the reality of
Right.
it. Like, I think this, for our niche, is like we living in our truth. You guys are on this journey with us to do this podcast, to follow Glam Studios, to see what's going on with MelasNation, see what I'm doing with my nursing life. Like, We share it whether you want it or not because we want to talk about it.
Yeah.
That's
and
it.
if we made it all pretty and rainbows and stuff, then we could just have an Instagram feed that was like aesthetically pleasing.
Right.
But instead, we're telling you all the shit we go through and all the fun times, and our friends come on here and talk shit with us and new businesses. And I mean,
it's good talk.
It'd be great to niche, but I think we also are our niche.
Right. I believe that.
Yeah. Put that on a shirt.
Right. I am my niche, hunty. I said if we had to categorize our niche, I would just say like lifestyle.
I would agree.
Like lifestyle and entrepreneurship. Like that's pretty much what we talk about. What's going on out there in the world? What's going on in pop culture? What's going on in social media? What kind of movies you want to watch? Like a little bit of everything. So, do you what did I say? Hold on, sorry y'all, been drinking. Oh. I'll cut that part out. So know your why, know either your audience or your niche, and then also you need to decide if you want to do mostly audio, all audio and visual, because originally we said we're gonna do an episode every week, just audio, and just one visual episode a month. Well, that turned into four visual episodes a month, and then we cut that back to we do twice a month, every other week for an episode. Just because, again, like you have to pay attention to like your analytics, and you're gonna hear that and anything that you do with social media. Pay attention to your analytics. We were doing 45-minute, hour episodes. Sometimes we still have those episodes, but what I found was that after about 20 minutes. 30 minutes at max, people fall off. Like everyone's busy, everybody has a bunch of things going on. Thank God that YouTube now lets you do like screen, and I feel like that has actually made our times better. Yeah, because they don't have to just look at one screen. They can do things in the background
with everything. Yes,
like
because we are multitaskers.
It took forever for that feature to come up, but. So decide if you want to do visual or audio, and then that's where you decide like, okay, well, what equipment do I need? You don't have to spend a lot of money. No, you don't. We did it together. We put in half for the equipment, but there's people that start a podcast with their phone. Like audio, visual, everything. Like
GarageBand on your laptop is free.
If you have Apple products, that comes free. It's easy to use. YouTube University. Like it's not it's not that hard.
It's not.
You just gotta figure out why you want to do it. Honestly, I feel like that's the most important thing.
Overthinking of everything else, like what are you gonna wear? What topics are you gonna discuss? Is it gonna be audio or are you gonna have a visual component to it? Do you have to have an Instagram account? Do you need to schedule people if you're having guests? Like all that other stuff, cover art, all the name of your show. Like I think that part, once you get that hard part out of the way, everything else, and I'm not even talking about like the Roy and Melanie show, because you guys put it together. Like I come, we talk shit, and then I go and you guys like make the magic happen. But once you get all that hard part and you sit down and talk, I think that's the easiest part of it.
This is easy. This is fun.
Yeah, I think it just like progresses as it's supposed to be. Because if you also start paying attention to this podcaster has many people and has a deal with bar stools and all that, you're just comparing yourself to someone who's probably been in the game for like 10 years.
Right, exactly.
5 years.
We're not them. We're not there. That's just what it is. I'm like, there were a few when we first started that I was listening to as far as other podcasts, and either some of them just didn't come back or they just didn't hold my interest. But I wasn't comparing because they were at the beginning stages too. I might do a little shade, but I was not comparing. But again, it comes down to your why. Like, why did those people start? Because now they're done. Right. Whether they finished one season or they did 2 seasons and then like, I'm not coming back. And then there are still, even if it's 3 people that are glued to you, you should still let people know, update people. When we went from doing an episode every week to an episode every other week, we let people know via Instagram. When we take our break for the summer or in between seasons, like we let people know, because there's people that were watching every single episode and now they just want to binge these last couple ones. So y'all know what's going on. And all updates are on Instagram.
And how you mentioned the consistency of it, I know that those 3 people that watch and listen to us, they know every Monday or every other Monday, right? Whatever. There's another podcast I listen to religiously every Wednesday. He has an episode. Stay consistent with the day, because your audience is going to start looking forward to that day. And when you don't show up and they have no idea why, life happens. I'm not saying that. I'm saying don't throw up a Tuesday episode and then a Saturday episode and then a Wednesday episode. Like
consistent. Again, consistency is key with everything. Like, your favorite show comes on the same day every week at the same time. They don't give you a Grey's Anatomy doesn't. When does Grey's Anatomy come on? Y'all know.
The challenge
Thursdays.
comes on every Wednesday at 8 p.m.
Wednesday. Like, there are certain shows that they've been on for years and they've always had the time slot and they've always had the day. And that's just, and we look forward to those shows. Same thing with your podcast. Be consistent on the times that you're going to post. We post every other Monday. By like 5 a.m. the post is up, because a lot of people like to, and again, I learned through analytics and I learned through people just saying like, oh, I love when the episodes are up early because I get to listen to them on my way to work and I get a good laugh in or whatever it is. So we try to make sure that they're up before people even get started. Listen to it, watch it, whatever. I think I should watch it because, we're animated.
Yeah. We have nice clothes and hair and makeup and,
be cute
stuff.
or whatever. So,
excuse me, audience.
Rude.
It was something on my phone.
Rude.
Be sure.
Rude.
Yeah. Okay.
You're rude.
Now we only have 2 listeners.
And then equipment. So we purchased a Rodecaster, blah, blah, blah. I don't have the official name, and nor are they a sponsor. So that's that.
We purchased this thing.
It came with 2 mics. The mics weren't really, they're okay, but I like the quality of these better.
Yeah.
These we found on Amazon. No, I do not have an Amazon favorites list. Not that important.
Or a shop page.
Amazon
storefront.
Do we need to do an Amazon?
A wish list.
I was just going to say, I'm like, do we need to do an Amazon podcast must-haves?
Maybe we could have a storefront. Who everybody else does.
I guess. We should do
Write
that.
it down.
Write it on your list.
Okay.
It comes with headphones. If you've been listening since season 1, we used to sit here like this, and we used to talk to y'all and listen to our voices. Oh, this is terrible. Listen, just listen. It's so like, ugh.
Is it different now?
It is different. But we would sit with our headphones and listen and, talk and all that. So we learn as we go as well. But people do ask us all the time about podcasts.
Our headphones. Ooh. No.
Like, that's me?
I'll listen when this airs. Or when you edit it and then you send it to me.
Yep. When you switch a schedule, equipment, like, it's kind of basic. Don't listen to all of the, it's oversaturated, nobody cares about your podcast.
Fuck you, Joe Buttons. That's what I have to say.
Exactly.
You have a podcast. It's not oversaturated.
Figure out what you want to talk about, why you want to talk about it. If you want it to be a podcast, if you want it to be a vlog, if you want it to be a vet session, whatever it is, because I feel like a lot of people are using it as a way to just get shit off their chest. If that is helping you, if that is helping your mental health, do that. Fuck what everybody else thinks.
I saw someone who has a podcast say, don't just have a podcast because you think you and your friends are funny.
I think
Why
I'm
not?
pretty funny.
Why not?
I was like, I think I'm funny and I think we're funnier together.
Yeah. Like, you could...
Oh,
the shade.
Shots. It's the drink. It's the Bacardi.
But I think we have such like analysis paralysis. Like, we started to research and then at one point we just stopped. Like, let's just do this, because you could talk yourself out of it. You could overthink. At one point, like, somebody else had a similar name to ours and we started looking at other names and everything just at that point sounded stupid. And I'm like, let's just
like,
go
so
with
what?
it. Yeah. They are no longer recording.
So, bloop, we win. But do you like no? Oh God, it's like, just try not to get discouraged by social media, because when you start looking into it, you see like certain setups and all these. Like, we call it the Basic and Boujie Studios. This is my apartment. Like, that's just what it is. You can do it. You can do it,
and you can switch it up. We've recorded at Glam Studios.
Yep.
We've recorded at the lounge. we have an idea for some other recordings that we have coming up. So
we might have to put this on Macari and get like a smaller version, like Dos Cinco has, so we can just try.
the little one, yeah.
That's so cute.
We could do that.
Think I like that.
Write it down. I have such a to-do list after this.
Get yourself an assistant.
Write that down. But there's so many things that you can start and then add to, right? Like our first logo.
Oh my God.
Was not the greatest.
Did we post that before? I think we did.
We're
going to run it back. I think we were going to, but then we felt bad.
Yeah.
But like, just for full transparency, we will show you what our original logo. Yeah. I'm sure it's in the email somewhere. What our original logo looked like versus what it looks like now, and it'll probably be changed again.
It could again, and then the music that we started off with, the intro, the outro, like all that stuff. Just start, and all that stuff will just come into play. You can tweak it afterwards. It's not going to make or break your show.
Perfect. It's just not. Yeah. You keep tweaking it until it feels right. Even down to the table. The table when it was just us two, I would take this part out, and it was a smaller table, but I thought the look was better when it was wider. Just tweak it to your liking. Yep. Ladies, they see it.
I think season 4 we won't have these sounds.
Probably not. I feel like
and all the camera equipment and all the lights were all the same when we started. Just learning after time. It looks better.
It does. It does. Oh yes. Insert here and here.
The first episode was terrible. Lighting.
Was it? See, I'm like, I don't feel like it was terrible. It's just like, oh, we were new.
Little babies. Yeah, little baby podcasters.
Look at us go.
Learning about each other.
Yeah.
And then we had the palm trees.
We had the they're still in there. They're gonna go. I was going back and forth as to whether I should keep them or not. I'm like, do I want these palm trees still? We haven't used them in a while. But what if we need them? See, again, we need a minimalistic episode.
Or, sell them on Mercari. Somebody's gonna have a luau this summer.
I can make some paper ones.
Yeah.
Shade. I can cricket some shady, some palm tree leaves. I'm trying to think if there's anything else to add. Like, well, most people by now, if you're new here, go back to season 1. No, if you're new here, we met through my sister years ago. We decided to do the podcast together when I just threw out a random question on social media, and then here we are. But ours was simple. Everything just kind of flowed. We were like, all right, we had what? I still have that paper, by the way. We had first 60 topics. I think we did
I still have it here. I think I have
for them.
Because I listened to a really famous podcaster, and it was come up with 100 topics, and I was like, done. I got to 80. We've done some of these. We've done different ones.
You don't have to do them, but when you're running out of things to talk about, it's a good thing to reference. All right, well, what are we talking about? Because I think at the beginning, at least for us at the beginning, we were in different stages of our lives, and there was, I think, a lot more to talk about. The world was going to shit. There was a lot more to talk about.
There was a lot.
Right now, I honestly don't know what the hell is going on because I'm always working. So I'm I go on social media.
What day is it?
I ghost. I have no idea what's going on. Yep. Wendy Williams is still not back on the scene. I don't know what's going on in pop culture. I have to research to do these episodes now.
Are Leah and Michelle, have they taken over for her show?
I don't know if they're playing repeats at 10 a.m. or if somebody else.
I'm gonna have to look into this.
Host. I don't know.
Because I loved me some Leah Remini.
Yeah, I would watch her. I think she's fucking hilarious.
Her and Michelle, it's pretty. I don't know who Michelle is as far as is she an actress or whatever.
I mean their dynamic.
She has white platinum hair. Yeah, so.
Yeah, I didn't know who she was.
Yeah, so I feel like they were taking over for her, but I don't know if that's an official it's transitioned to.
And then
their show.
What's her name? Sherry was filling in, but now she has her own talk show. So I don't know. Everybody got their own talk show now. Just like everybody got a podcast.
You could have a whole podcast on current events. But you always have to be on top of all that.
Yeah, if you wanted to niche that, you can either world events, events within our country, events within your state, what's going on in politics,
true crime,
like whatever. Yeah, the true crime.
All that
Crime
is a
huge,
whole genre.
Like,
it's crazy.
Almost every crafter that I watch, they are listening or watching true crime something in the background to get through their day. So true crime is a huge one. But there's tons of things.
There's so many topics that you can have if you decided like I'm a niche down. This is a passion topic for me. This is what I'm gonna do.
Right, and it's like somebody tells you, "Oh, don't talk about that. Nobody cares." You care, right?
Somebody cares.
You care, so somebody else cares. Your tribe will find you. Your people will find you. Don't worry about if it doesn't resonate with everyone else. It's fine.
You're not for everybody. It's okay.
I don't want to be for everybody. I'm good with that.
It's okay.
I'm finish this drink because I think I'm done with this topic.
I'm gonna need an Uber, and you're not gonna shoot to fame at episode 1.
No.
And it doesn't, and the support that you think you should be getting from specific people.
It won't always be there.
It's not it.
It won't always be there to the height that you probably would do it for others.
Yeah, you're like, I am your best friend. You should be listening to every day. It's not the reality of the situation. So,
and then people that you don't even think about are the ones that be like, "Bitch, I watched every single episode. Remember when you said such and such?" I'm like, "Oh,
thank you, but I don't remember."
Thank you. I don't remember. Thank you. You know, I'll be drinking on the show, girl. Like Docinco, like he be knowing, like he knows our cues.
Yes,
he is a watcher. He is a listener. He knows, Like I appreciate those little things.
He grabs
like,
the
ding,
video.
Ding. Yes, ding ding ding. Like this, we get excited when you guys.
Kelly
are
also does that.
Oh, Kelly, yeah, Kelly's
she
amazing.
like does her research, and she's a good guest too. I have loved all of our guests, but I definitely had some favorites. I'm not talking about it.
No, for sure.
But
we've had some good guests. We got more good guests coming.
We have more. I think we have a surprise coming up soon.
Ooh, stay tuned. Una sorpresa.
You'll know.
Anything else you think people need to start a podcast?
I don't think so. You could do your research. I feel like it's fairly simple. Don't overcomplicate it, just like with anything else. And do it as long as you enjoy doing it. Once it becomes something that's like, ugh,
I don't feel like it,
then it's not for you.
Right. Like if you need to take a break with it. If you feel like that for an extended period of time, then go with your gut.
Yep.
It's not for everybody. Get yourself a ring light, hit record, start your podcast.
Done.
Done. Be done.
Adios, goodbye.
Adios, goodbye. All right. That is a wrap on this episode. Bye.